Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. So today I'm looking at this toilet. It's leaking, it's like running when it shouldn't be, and there's only really two causes of that. And I've recently fixed one. So if you take the top of your toilet off, this is the toilet tank here. One fix is replacing this flapper. This little flapper here is what seals off the water when the tank is filled up. I've recently replaced that. So I replaced that a week ago. It's still running. So it's this water fill mechanism right here. This is kind of an older style that has this little float ball valve. And once the water fills this up, lifts up, and it turns off, I'm gonna replace this because I think this is gonna be the culprit. If you're replacing this, it makes sense to replace your flapper. You can get a replacement kit. I have a replacement kit here. Just pick this up. Some of these come with the flapper as well, so you can just, if you're replacing this, the flapper, make sure you're doing both because they probably both need to be replaced. You want to turn off your water. Mine has a little stop valve here where I pull this valve out and it stops the water. So I've stopped the water. Here's this connection here. It just screws onto the bottom right there. I have that hand tight. This is just hand tight. Just unscrew that and then get some pliers and then just loosen up this. There's a plastic nut that holds that valve in place. So I'm just going to unscrew that all the way. Once that's unscrewed all the way, this just comes out like that. I'm going to replace it with this style here. There's a bunch of different styles and types. Usually, you get 10, 12 years out of these and you got to replace them. Usually if you're replacing this is a 10-year-old toilet and equipment, and I'm replacing the fill valve. If I'm replacing that, I also want to replace this hose that goes to the toilet. But you can see on mine, it's a built-in piece to this connector. These connectors have failed on me in the past under sinks. Like my sinks have these underneath them. This is kind of a cheap plastic stop valve. And what I want to do is I want to replace that so I can replace this as well. So you don't have to do this if you have relatively newer style hose here. You can just simply replace the toilet valve. I want to replace this because if these fail, it'll create a leak, flood the bathroom. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So this part isn't necessary, but it's a good preventive step to make sure you have a fresh hose that's going from the wall up into the toilet tank. Now, what I want to do is I want to cut this off and I want to replace it with like a metal or a brass style quarter turn valve that will have a replaceable hose. Now, if I cut this PEX line, this is the line coming in from the wall. If I cut this right now, it'll spray water. So what I want to do is I want to turn the main water supply off at my house. I can cut this, install a new valve, a new line, and I can finish up my toilet install. My utility room next to my water heaters, my water shut-off valve is right there. So shut that off. That will turn the water off to the entire house. So that way I can work on that toilet line. I'm just going to run the sink so that way I get all the pressure out of the line so that when I cut the line, it's not going to, spray everywhere. A couple of tools I'm going to need. This is my new valve I'm going to put in. It's quarter turn, and looks like it's a 3/8 compression. Yeah, it's 3/8 compression threading right here. You can find all of this and the toilet repair kit right in the same section, like at Home Depot, for example. That's where I got all this stuff. And I have a new line here, so this is going to be the new hose line that goes from the wall, from this. So this is just going to screw into that right there. It does have a rubber grommet there, so that way it's going to help seal that up. There's a rubber grommet here that's going to screw up into the tank. And in order to install this, what I want to do is I want to cut off this is a PEX cutting tool. I'm going to cut off that old PEX connector, that shutoff valve. I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to need a crimp ring. Mine's a 1/2 inch size PEX tubing. And then I just need a crimping tool. This is going to crimp that ring it's going to crimp onto that. So the pipe's going to go on the end of this. I'm going to crimp that on like that, and then that'll be nice and secure on there. All right, I have my new valve crimped on here. So that PEX ring is now crimped on there. And the water's not on, but it's just a quarter turn. So on, off, I'll be able to put my new hose screw onto there, And then I'm gonna install my new tank valve up into here, so we'll get that done. So this particular one can be height adjustable. So you can see here it has these notches here. You just turn counterclockwise when we want to adjust it. So what I want to do is I want to adjust it. This is my overflow tube right here. So I want the water fill level right here to be just under this. So that way the water will fill up to here. Even on the back of the tank here, there's a water fill line. So this is where, so you can adjust. Well, nice thing with this one, it is adjustable depending on the height of your tank. About just like that, and then I can lock that in. I'm just gonna install this locking nut at the bottom of this. Everything says hand tight, so just make sure you're reading the instructions just to follow what the specific manufacturer wants. Straighten this up. Just want to orient this correctly. This one says this side up, which is so that's tight there. And now this, it comes with this little tube here. You can cut this to the length that you need it. This little clip clips onto the end of the overflow tube. And then I'm just gonna have this go right into there like that. So I just kind of trimmed it to the height that I need it. So last step here, I wanna put my hose that's gonna hook into the wall. I'm gonna tighten that down, and then I'm gonna screw this right into the bottom here. Now I probably should have measured a little bit better because this hose is a little bit too long, but I can curl it under and hook it right up into the toilet. So with my new hose connected to my shutoff valve to the tank, with my new valve inside the tank is now hand tightened down. This is connected. I can now turn the water on, make sure there's no leaks. So with the water on, I want to make sure that this isn't leaking here. Everything seems good there. Now I can turn the valve on. Make sure there's no water coming from there. All right, so after letting this fill up a couple times, I noticed that it's kind of filling a little high. So you see how right here, here's my line, I'm a little bit high. I don't need to have that much water. So what I did, all you can do, if you have this here, you can just counterclockwise turn it and then push it down a little bit, and you can adjust the height. So now I have it down a little bit lower. So now next time it fills up, it'll only fill up to, well, you can see the mark on this fill valve right here, right there. So it'll be probably an inch or so, probably a couple inches lower. Make sure my little stopper is holding water. So everything looks good. No leaks, everything's looking good. All right, so I checked it a couple times, you can see. So if you move this like that, it can move up and down, which is pretty cool. So I was able to adjust it right to where I needed the water level to be. I'm right at the water fill line on the tank. I'm not overfilling my tank. And this is a nice little feature here where you can adjust how much spray is going into this overfill tube that's going down into the bowl. So I really like this. Is a really easy fill valve to use to replace this with. I'm really happy with how easy that was to replace. Guys, this is a pretty straightforward repair. Easy to do yourself. No need to call a plumber. Just get these parts and do it yourself. Pretty straightforward. I didn't even need any tools. Really, all this was like hand tight, except for adding the new valve. If you have to add a new valve like I did, maybe you might need the PEX crimper, the crimp ring, the cutoff tool is all. But if you don't need to do that, pretty straightforward. So guys, I would recommend replacing, if you need to replace any of these parts, I would replace the little flapper, this fill valve here, and this line that goes from the wall to the toilet. These can get old. These can spring a link if they're old, so just replace those as well. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully that was helpful. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Thanks.